Hey, Corbs here, and I'm the co-founder at the Crypto Campus. And somebody asked me a very interesting question today, and I think this is very timely considering the conditions that the market are in. And the question was this: what do you think is the main difference that will make or break people trading in a crypto bear market? And I've just finished my daily live market analysis and trade plan, and we've been trading in the campus, initiating long positions today. And we're basically waiting for this trade to play out, either to hit our profit targets or to take us out for our stop loss. And I was thinking about this question, and I wanted to address it because this is an extremely important topic. For example, when I first started out, and probably like most traders, I didn't really think about making really good profits as a market is crashing. But in reality, and even statistically, you'll get paid faster on a short than you will on a long. Because when the market moves, we tend to move more aggressive and quick to the downside than we will if we are in some type of a rally mode. So as I've gone on and as I progress and just getting better at trading, and the longer I was in it, I got around mentors and I got around full-time traders. Those connections led me to a program where I was recruited by a fund in Chicago. And during that time, I had the opportunity to be backed by an institution and to manage a self-directed fund for them. Now, during this time, it was when I first started to see that there were clear patterns that led traders to success. And really what separates the retail traders who trade their own capital and traders who are backed at the institutional level. And one of the most important and key things is to spend some time exploring when you're first starting out, but then get really focused on a specific behavior and trading style instead of trying to combine hundreds of different things. Because we all see things different and we all have different risk tolerance, we all have different personality types, different account sizes. There's a lot of differences that are going to shape how you should be approaching the market. Now, when I came into the crypto space, and most of the traders I see and I feel like what people are doing is they're sitting at their computers or they're sitting on their phones and they're scrolling through crypto Twitter for trade inspiration. And they see hundreds of different people shouting out different opinions and ways to view the market. This can be extremely confusing. And what happens most of the time is your brain looks for confirmation for whatever you already want to see in the market. This is something that's deep wired in all of us. It's a cognitive pattern called confirmation bias. And what it basically means is your brain looks for information through a predetermined filter. So for example, on Twitter, when you're trying to decide whether the market is going up or down, you will see a ton of different posts, but you are going to give more emphasis on the information where that's geared towards the bias and whichever you had in the first place. So what you have to do is you have to create a clear space for attention and filter the noise and unwire all of these mental biases. There's actually over 20 of them that you have to go through, and obviously this isn't the time to go through each and every one of them, but start being aware of that and start focusing on filtering out the noise. Another very common problem that I see people facing, especially when they're trading on margin exchanges like BitMEX, Deribit, or Kraken. And if you're not familiar, these are exchanges that allow you to short as well as long the market with margin. So what I see happening and what traders are doing is they romanticize margin like it's some kind of a magic lamp that's going to fix all their problems. Margin is not a cure. Margin is a magnifying glass. And if you are struggling with getting results and if you're constantly losing, then if you step in and you add margin, you're just going to be magnifying that and you're going to be taking much bigger losses. There is a definite time and place to use margin, and there's a time when you just need to be avoiding it. And what happens is you see this on Twitter and different chats I'm involved in, traders who speak up and they talk about margin. And as they're talking, it's clear that they have no idea what they're actually talking about. They don't understand how margin works, how much of their account they should be using, how much leverage they should be using, or how much they're paying in fees when they're using margin. And all that's fine. It's okay not to know something, but it's not okay to be ignorant and then out there practicing with your live funded account. And I take a lot of these things, I think, for granted because this is what I've done for years. And when I traded back at the fund, I had a risk manager who was assigned to my account to walk me through some of these things. But I was also trading commodities, and I was trading futures contracts for US stock indices. The ES mainly, that was my bread and butter, but also the NASDAQ and very heavily Russell and the crude oil. Now, these are highly leveraged products. So stepping into the crypto market, this was already my background. And margin is an incredible tool that we have available to us as traders if it's used correctly. But if you abuse it, there truly is no better way to just blow out your account. So back to the question and to answer it, what makes or breaks a crypto trader in a bear market? The first thing that you have to do is create a clear space for attention. Filter the noise, okay? Get your trading psychology right, and then you have to understand margin. Now, obviously, there are several other steps in becoming a consistently profitable trader, and a lot of people have been asking myself and Jeffrey, Day Trade Jeffrey, if I'm sure you know him, that's his handle on Twitter, for some type of a step-by-step guidance, just from like a start to finish. So in figuring out how to do this, we decided to lay out a 7-week training program where we are literally going to show you everything you need to know. I'll personally be there live in every single session, and it's designed to be extremely hands-on and a lot of just one-on-one attention. So, like I said, this is going to be a 7-week live program that's designed to just take you by the hand and teach you the skill. And this is all that trading is a skill, but the skill of making money in a crypto market no matter the market condition. Okay? Now, I've seen products, but I've never seen a product like this before. Most programs in this genre are going to be trading videos and then some technical analysis that shows you a high probability setup. This is going to be extremely different because it's going to be live, and we're not going to be focusing on this is how you trade, but rather this is how you become a trader. And obviously you're going to learn to trade along the way. So this is starting at the end of September 2018, and we're splitting this into 7 parts. Week 1 is what we're calling Fast Start. This is where we're going to go over crypto trader psychology and emotions, the mental biases that we talked about earlier. We're going to cover that as well as technical analysis, market dynamics, price action, risk management, and the core tools that you're going to need, the exchanges, the platforms, so on and so forth. Week 2 is blind spots and method preparation. We're going to have a really good Q&A, and we're going to talk about trader self-awareness, productivity hacks, time management, a lot of methods there. And then week 3 is where it gets really heavy. This is my full advanced crypto day trading method. Now you can see the essence of this in my daily market updates and trade plan videos that I do on the Crypto Corp YouTube channel. And you'll see where I take a product, I start big picture and start big time frame, and then drill down to build out a trade plan. I always share one, but I also have 3 to 5 of these plans that I build out. And then I simply execute on whichever one is lining up with the market. And what's really exciting about this, and as you'll see, is this information and this knowledge is transferable to any market. This is the stuff I've learned when I was at the fund trading futures contracts in a traditional market. And it's the same thing I use today trading crypto. So as long as there is a strong financial market in the world, you can use it. And that's really exciting because honestly, there will always be a strong free trade market somewhere. And if there's a scenario where there isn't, then we obviously went through some type of a nuclear holocaust and the tribal nations have all risen up and are the new world powers. And in that scenario, we have much bigger problems than trying to figure out a way to make money, okay? But in lieu of that, this information can always be used. Week 4, we're gonna go over mastering your trading sessions. This is breaking down each day and showing you how to see and mark the opening swing, understanding day types, and then knowing how to handle each trading session. So it doesn't matter what the market is going to be doing a week or a month from now, there is opportunity that can be exploited each and every day. And as traders, that is our job. Week 5 is all about margin and advanced risk management, really understanding margin and your relationship to it. And then we're going to be going over some advanced risk management techniques like scaling out of positions when you're exiting. Those are the type of things that have kept me in this for almost 5 years now. Week 6 is going to be about high probability trades and advancing as a margin trader. What are the best conditions to focus on and how to scale your trading business? This is a massive pitfall. What happens is traders start seeing some progress and they start seeing some consistency, but then they go full throttle and they just dump on a lot of extra capital or increase margin quickly. And what happens, and this is actually a mistake that I made, I had a certain amount of capital that I was using, and then I had the rest in reserves. So what I did is I was putting up a couple really good weeks with my smaller account. And then I started running the numbers in my head, right? And I started thinking, so, okay, this is how much I would have made if I was just using more size. So out of my reserves, I took $23,000 and I just dumped it into my brokerage account. Now, this increase in size destroyed my performance. And this might be hard to understand if you haven't experienced it, but you have to make changes to your trading very slowly and very deliberately. And the experience of using a small account or a small amount of margin and then jumping straight to bigger size, it is not the same at all. It feels very different and it has to be handled a special way. Week 7 is all about pitfalls and implementation, really nailing down the day-to-day, making sure that everybody's on the same page and how to use this, and then going over mistakes like the one I just mentioned so that you don't have to actually commit them. This session is going to save you a ton of frustration and a ton of capital and a ton of time. Now, this is an advanced program, and this is for those who are actually serious about making a change into your crypto trading, and if you're looking to get real results out of the crypto experience instead of just doing the occasional gem hunting or looking for random calls on Twitter, which I hope we all know is not actually sustainable and is in reality a sure path to getting wrecked at some point. So most people have their actions just completely backwards. And what you really have to do is think about how you're creating a competitive edge in the market and what's going to set you apart from everybody else. Because if you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're going to be getting the same results. So you have to look at the masses and in some ways use that as an indicator of exactly what not to do. And then just step back and look at what successful full-time traders are doing and just copy that. So obviously, this program is not meant for everybody and not everyone will fit into this, which is one of the reasons why we've limited the spots to only 30 available. We have the spot reservation currently open. It's on the website. And this is for those who, like I said, want to take things to the next level. Now, as of this morning, around half of the spots have already been filled. And once the spots on the reservation page are filled, it will disappear. This isn't BS, and this isn't, we are literally only taking 30 people. So if you're looking to enroll in the program, hopefully you will see this soon enough because, as I said, once the spots are filled, they're filled. Okay? Now, I'm sure probably most of you are a little bit hesitant about making an investment or going ahead and just buying a program. And so, like everything we do at the campus, this is no exception. We include a 100% satisfaction money-back guarantee to make this absolutely no risk for you. You are either going to start this training and start improving your trading results, or I will personally give you a 100% refund. That's how confident I am in this program and the results that you're going to get. So you're going to find a link to the reservation page somewhere around this video, depending on where you're watching it. If you're doing it on YouTube, then it's going to be somewhere in the description. It's going to be linked in the post if you're on Twitter, or there might be a button somewhere else depending, okay? So I'm really excited about this, and I am sure that you are going to improve your crypto results with this program, which is why we created it in the first place. So I'll see you on the inside, and I will see you for the next 7 weeks.